Hi there, and welcome to the Seven Figure Network podcast. Today, I'm lucky enough to have Ian Farrar with me. Now, Ian's a fellow Floridian and a fellow competitive athlete, so he and I spent hours on end talking before this interview. So we're lucky enough that we're already friends. So as always, this interview is just super laid back, two friends talking, but I want Ian to talk about his past because he comes from a very different place. Not many network marketers come from a very competitive athlete stance. So Ian, if you don't mind, can you just give us a little bit of a background as to what actually brought you into the industry in the first place?
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be on your interview. You know, we really had a great connection when we first connected a few months ago. What really got me into the industry was, to have the money and the ability to go out and train and ride my bike all day, which I really loved to do at the time. So I didn't want this work thing to get in the way. I did a lot of things to make ends meet, but I really wanted the time to train. So when network marketing bumped into me at an event, I kind of made the comment, "Oh, is it like Amway?" But you know what? I'm not going to knock Amway. I'm very thankful for Amway. Okay. And I got into my first company 26 years ago. And since then it's been a labor of love and a passion, and it's definitely taken care of me in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you mentioned Amway, because so often Amway is used as this example of the negative aspect of the industry, where to me, it's quite the opposite. I mean, they've been around for 78 years. They actually have a training system that works and makes people happy. They were just and they're still the biggest company out there. So the last thing I want to do is disparage anybody out there for doing things right. But
absolutely. I mean, we live in Orlando, Florida, and I drive by the Amway Center, and I'm really proud of the Amway Center. So if anyone makes any negative comments about my business, I go, "You see this big building here? You see where the Orlando Magic play? It's named after the biggest network marketing company in the world. So is this a pyramid scheme? I don't think so."
Yeah. Well, that's so great, man. That's one of the things I love about making friends with folks before I do these interviews is we can talk openly about other companies. We can talk openly about other systems, because we've both had such a great time in this industry. It has no impact on our business, how these other companies run, but they're a great glaring example that there is the possibility to make a real run with this thing. There doesn't have to be a 50% attrition rate after the first year or any of that kind of
absolutely
you and I bump against all the time.
Yeah. I really like to tell it how it is. And, I've heard a lot of horror stories in the industry. I've had some bumps in the road, but no horror stories. And, I like to focus my mind and my efforts on ethical networking. This is a really great industry. I mean, I spoke to a guy the other night. He got into Amway in 1953. Okay. And in the 60s and the 70s, he goes, "Ian, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't even have fax machines." Okay. I mean, we would move in with people for a month to get them trained up with that Amway system. So people could say whatever they want about Amway, but I'm applauding Amway because it's given me the opportunity to do what I want to do when I want to do it, travel all over the world, and have a residual income with this business model. So I'm happy that they went to court with the United States in that first major FTC lawsuit, and they won. And it's given birth to a lot of other network marketing companies. So people could say whatever they want. More often than not, they're just not happy because they weren't successful. More often they push back on the industry and they blame name game. But that's not what I do. I'm a promoter of the fact that it works if you work it over a long period of time, Melford.
You made a great point that jealousy so often is the reason why people complain. And sadly enough, like you just said, it always comes down to, are you able to just keep on going? Are you a quitter? Are you going to stop? Are you going to keep grinding? That is the secret. So that leads me to my next question. As a high level competitive athlete, how do you think that has impacted your career in network marketing?
Oh man. Hey, listen, I'm an anomaly. Okay. I'm a gold medalist and 2-time silver medalist in the state of Connecticut, 2012, 2013, 2014. I won a gold, 2 silvers. I was the number 1 ranked rider in the state of Connecticut for 3 years in a row. And then in 2015, I won Best Masters overall in the Pro 1, 2, 3 category. So me racing I was in my 40s, me racing with guys in their 20s. And, I was in the top 5, top 10, in the mix of things. But for me, I'm an athletic networker. I mean, my story's in the 4-year career, Richard Bliss Brooks' book. And, I'm the athletic networker, because for me personally, I've suffered a lot in the sport of cycling. Okay. And I've been in situations where I was at my limit, but I hung in there to get over the mountain in order to get to the finish line. Okay. So in network marketing, there's my analogy. You got to hang in there when times are tough, because you're one person away. Your team is one person away from really taking your group volume, your rank to the next level. So athleticism is really important, because, I've been at high levels, and it takes a lot of work. There's lots of disappointments. Okay. There's crashes, there's recovering from that, but you got to get back on the bike again. That's why you got to pick up the phone again. So getting back on the bike after a bad crash is just like picking up the phone and making those calls, even when you don't want to make those calls. Now, today, my wife and I have a very, very successful business. And, it's like any other business. I mean, there's days where, like, I'm tired and people are calling, but I'm a person of service, because I know what it's like to become successful in this business. And even at my stage of the game, I mean, I'm almost 30 years in the game and 19 years with my company, because I'm the founding brand partner with my company. I had the opportunity to recruit my own company, find the right people to launch this company with, because their values about product integrity were in alignment with me. That's really important. Okay. The opportunity and the product should be shoulder and shoulder. One shouldn't be more than the other. So that's a long-winded answer to your question. So, winners never quit and quitters never win, right?
How do you convey that to folks who've never been athletes?
I share my story, but they have to have their own burning why. If your why should make you cry. Mm-hmm. Okay. Like, for example, I've always been able to spend time with my son. Work never got in the way. Yeah, I made calls in between everything, because that's how this business works. But I've been able to really be around. Okay. And I want to create a picture of potential for people. I don't make any guarantees that the business is going to turn out as big as it's turned out for me. It can, if you want it to be, if you hang out in this business for long term. Okay. Because this isn't, you get in for 6 months, you make a little money and you move on to something else. This isn't a business you get in for a year or two. It's a business of decades. Okay. The Amwayers, the Shackleys, the Herbalifes, all those people, they're in the business 25, 30, 40 years. Okay. And it's like a dynasty build. I'm going to be able, this is willable. I mean, someone's going to, my business, we do millions in sales volume a year, and that's willable. So that's great. It should be, I like to think that I'm with a legacy company. The company is going to be around for a long time.
That is the key word. I love it when people say the word legacy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just have to mean passing it down to your kids. It means leaving the world a better place, period.
Yeah, that's what we do. And, for example, like, there's a lot of initiatives that my company is involved with. Like, we're going plastic free this year. That means we're going to be introducing, because all the nutritional companies in network marketing that have, some mediocre products, some really great, but they're sending plastic and plastic and plastic and plastic. So we're ending that. So we're not going to be contributing to that. So, it's very purposeful. It's very mission oriented. And, I feel good about that.
Yeah, no, that's great. The service from beginning to end. So, and I appreciate the fact that you said my results aren't typical.
No, they're not.
The overpromise and underdeliver in this industry is something that I know drives both of us crazy. People coming in and being promised $10,000 their first month. Worst of all, from people who haven't made $10,000 yet, but they're just passing down this line. It drives me crazy. So that leads beautifully into my next question. What has been your secret to continuing growth during lockdown?
COVID was a blessing.
Great answer.
COVID was a blessing. My wife and my wife is actually trained at Hippocrates Health Institute. She actually put her training to work and made the most amazing plant-based raw meals for me. And it was awesome. So I was like, I'll stay home every day. This is great. I'll get on the phone, do my thing. But, we really weren't locked down here in Florida, if you know what I mean.
I do.
But the thing is, being in the health and wellness business, our business really took off when COVID hit in 2020. It continued that in 2021, and now in 2022, I kind of had my biggest January. December was actually bigger than January. What does that tell you? But long story short, given the fact that we have this technology, Melford, okay. Back in the day, I didn't even have a cell phone when I got started. Okay, the kids coming into the business today, you have no idea what you have compared to what I had. The guy that I talked, the Amwayer, okay, this guy's a big dog. He's made, he's made millions. Okay, and he said that in 1953, even in 1960, okay, I mean, it was dial up. It was okay. I mean, there was no three-way. Okay. So it was just really great to connect with him and in his perspective of seeing the evolution of things. So that's a long-winded answer about lockdown, but yeah.
So lockdown worked well. Now that it's starting to ease up a little bit, what's your retention strategy?
My retention strategy is getting on the phone with as many people as possible and being of service. I recently brought on a new team, and 26 years in the game and the industry, 19 years with my company. I'm more engaged with my business than ever. I mean, technically, I don't have to work this where we're at right now, but I'm still climbing, and I feel that there's a big commitment to the company and to the people that are coming on board with my company, because I'm the founding brand partner and it was my idea to launch this. So I really feel that even when I don't want to, I still get on the phone. Like I was on the phone with a woman today who has cancer, and she was taking another company's shake 3 times a day for years. She used our shake because we have organic superfood. The first day on the shake, she felt like the light turned on, and she started to get emotional with me, which meant I started to get emotional. So for me, Melford, and I want everyone watching this, it's all about making a contribution and making an impact. It's not about making an income and then making an impact. It's about making an impact and then you make the money. Okay. Be purposeful. Okay. I have the opportunity to I'm going to Rob Sperry's event in Dubai. I know Rob's going to be getting on the interview with you, after, and, I'm going to make an impact there, and I want to bring, high level of integrity to this industry. Okay. And just share with the young people that are coming in that, you could be all you can be, just as long as you show up for yourself and show up for the people that you bring on board. Just don't enroll them and go on to the next.
Amen. Have you and your wife always worked together in the industry, or is this a new?
No. I actually, believe it or not, I'm very thankful for Purium. I met my wife at an event, and it was by chance. I was actually kicking and screaming because my leader says, "Ian, you really need to come down. We're having this big event." And I was getting ready for the season. I had like 2 weeks to go. And normally the weekends they're group rides, and I would fine tune my sprint and everything. And I'm like, I am not going to Florida. I am not going to be off the bike 2 days. And someone's like, "Come on, it's going to be great." And I met my wife. She was sitting in the second row, and she is a part of my business with me, but I'm the real driver. But she comes from the country of Colombia, so if there's anyone that's Espanol, she'll engage with questions and support it with that way. But when it comes to being the pitch man, comp plan, that's who I am. She's more reserved, but yeah, she is a part of this with me. Yes,
and adding that bilingual aspect is fantastic.
Oh, it is.
The
Absolutely.
Latino market's growing like crazy. Well, there you go. My next question, have you seen more international growth or less international growth over these last couple of years?
We're really a North American driven opportunity. We're under a different label, Platinum Health products in Europe, same products, okay, different labals, but we're in those markets, but it works a little differently there than it does North America. So, I wouldn't say I'm seeing a specific group of people growing. Like I know there was like, the Chinese wave, there was all these waves with certain companies, like Amway Korea, Amway Japan, New Skin, but mega huge. They love network marketing. Japan is like the biggest market. They love this industry. So, hey, Melford, I don't know if you've been in the industry this long, but do you remember Network Marketing Lifestyles magazine?
No, I think that was before my
It was
time.
it was like a beautiful glossy magazine, and I couldn't wait to get it every month. Okay. And there was like, an article like who wants to open in Japan, and there was all this like, if you open in Japan, you're golden. So that was a great publication that really supported the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Asian market has just exploded, and it continues to explode, even though they have completely different rules, even though the way they chart, I mean, it seems like so many things are very different in the Asian market, but they're just growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, I want to say something too. Okay, the United States and the world, we're fighting against a lot of dark forces. Okay, there's socialist forces, there's communist forces, and capitalism is the ultimate model. Okay, and network marketing is the business model that's the antithesis of the socialist concept, which doesn't work. Look at Venezuela. Okay, look at these countries. Oh yeah, that's real successful. Let's go that route. Let's just give everybody everything. Let's nationalize your business. So network marketing will thrive mega. Okay, so we're a life preserver and we're a parachute for people that are losing their jobs because of this thing that's happening. And, we could put people into a business. Well, in my biz, like $500 something. You're going to come on board with my opportunity. And there's an infinite income potential just as long as you get your head around it.
I love the fact that you're extrapolating like that, because our background with our company was working with health professionals. So we awesome. Really concentrated on, going into medical offices and health professionals' offices. And that was where we saw our growth. We didn't do the whole typical, getting friends and family and everybody else involved. We went
don't do
professionals.
That.
And that's what I think is the beautiful part about this industry, is that no matter what your background is, no matter who you want to serve, there is the ability to do that if you can just figure out the right company, the right product, and the right upline to work with. So
it's all about what you just said at the end. Okay, all about the right upline to work with. Okay, I mean, I still mail out packages to people. When new brand partners come on board, I'm still mailing out a priority mail package with the 4-year career, with my story in it and other materials. I'm actually loving on people. I'm sending them something, because in this electrical age, you have to have, my mentor, God bless her soul, she's passed on, she's moved on. She sent me packages, and that made a big impact on me. So now what do I do with my team and my people? And you show people, a handwritten note, not just a text, not just an email. You really show people that you care. Okay, this is a part of network marketing that I want people to understand that still needs to happen.
You and I have spoken at length about the horrible attrition rate in this industry.
Yeah.
50% the first year, 95%, within the first 5 years, just really terrible. A $40 billion industry with an attrition rate like that, it's just extraordinary. I mean, it's really, it goes to show how powerful the model is, but it also shows where we're falling off, where we are falling off. So how are you, I know you talked about your retention with keeping in touch with people. Yeah. How are you working with brand new folks so they don't fall into that trap of falling off within 6 months?
Well, I'm helping them fall in love with the product experience. Okay. I mean, when I help someone change someone's life in, 10 to 30 days, because, we're a lifestyle superfood company, more often than not, they're not going anywhere else. Okay. And even if they don't refer somebody, they're going to be a product. They're going to be a customer for a long time. I got people that have been ordering for 20 years. Okay. So our retention is pretty strong, whether you're on a smart order or auto ship or you place an order. I've seen, over the years, tens of thousands of people come back and order every month. Yeah. But, that personal touch, those calls, I'm about to get really super busy again, and I'm really ready for that, because I'm jumping up at the opportunity to really lock those people in for their own health as well as for long-term growth.
Yeah, gotcha. You hear over and over again about new technology, this and all sorts of different websites and this, that, the other thing. Are you using any technology for your retention system, or are you an old school guy?
Old school guy. I mean, I use my smartphone. Okay, we have a phone app that shares videos. Our gift card code's embedded in the videos. I use the phone app a lot. I'm on Zoom with you. But I'm kind of a dinosaur. It's like, the co-founder of our company, Dave Sandoval, he kind of really, he's like a big brother. And he's like, dude, if you do not get on social media and get out there, you're going to be left behind. I took him up on that, and I got a pretty good social media presence. Mm-hmm. And it's been really blessing to be in, Richard Bliss Brooks' book, mm-hmm. Which is a good promoter of my brand and what I bring to the table. And now being invited to speak, and be a part of Rob Sperry's event, which is going to be really great. But, I want people to know that this is the best business model and industry on planet Earth. If you love your job, congratulations. But you know what I love? I love freedom. I love the ability to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Okay. And not have to answer to anybody. That was the reason why I got into this. I just wanted to ride my bike and, that's it. Ride my bike and, just have fun.
Yeah. Isn't that what we all want? At least you think. You think people don't want the run.
Well, but yeah, most people want it, but they never achieve it. I have.
Yeah. Because you put in the work, brother.
Okay, I have. And when people ask me, what do you do? It's like, they say, well, I'm living the dream and helping other people do the same. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's my mantra. I mean, I do work. I mean, believe it or not, the past few weeks and months, I've been the busiest I've ever been. Okay. Because I'm working in an area of my business, which I've expressed to you, which is going to take me to a whole other level. And I'm committed to helping the people that want to go there with me. And of course, for our goals as well.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of folks are using social media improperly, if you will. They tend to use it as a spamming channel as opposed to an information mm-hmm. channel or a service channel. How long have you been working at it to get a little bit of traction on social? And what have you done that's good?
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually, Rob Sperry is actually going to help me with more of my social media moving on. Because like I said, I'm a dinosaur. I don't know everything. There are people that have massive Instagram followers. There are people that have a lot more, Facebook. But the thing is, that's okay. So I'm open to learn. But, I go live. I go live on Instagram. I go live on Facebook. I share really good content to really move people. Believe it or not, like a lot of my patriotic Facebook lives are getting a lot more attention than the other stuff. So maybe I should focus more on that. Just like, have you heard the Pledge of Allegiance? Lately. Have you actually read the Bill of Rights or the Constitution? And just stuff like that, just to really move people, to remind them what it is to be American, what it is to live in the land of the free, home of the brave. Okay. So those types of things, just to really move people, given what's going on in the United States of America and the importance of being involved in network marketing like never before. Okay. My friend, John DeLemme, who's the author of 12 books, he wrote a book called, Making Capitalism Great Again. Okay. The antithesis of socialism and communism. And when I'm reading the book, he's very successful network marketer in the past too. And I'm just reading it. And it's just like, he's talking about how our business, the network marketing business, is the best business, is the antithesis. And I'm just like, bring it.
Oh, that's great. I got to meet him.
Dude, you have to come to one of his events. I was actually at We the People Fight Back event at the beginning of this month, January 7th and 8th. And it was packed. Huh. Next one's in Palm Beach. One's in Palm Beach, March 5th.
When you're plucking at the heartstrings, you really see when people step up. When you really resonate with folks, you can see what their true message is and not the fluff.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So what's your goal now? What's your goal for the next 6 months? What's your goal for the next 6 years?
My goal in the next 6 months is to go to the next rank in my company. Okay. And then the rank. Okay. 6 years. Wow. 6 years. I'll be 59 years old. I'll be almost 60. I can't imagine that. But, in 6 years, life will be hopefully greater than it is now. And life is really good. Okay. I'm really looking forward to going. It's my wife's third trip to Dubai. It's my second trip to Dubai. We made a trip together 3 years ago there. Mm-hmm. And I'm really, really looking forward to being with, other networkers, it's, I don't believe it's going to be a Shark Tank. I believe it's going to be a real empowering event to really, I'll pick up something that's going to help me take my game to the next level, because I want to be in the the 7 and 8 figure earner.
Mhm.
You know, I've been a multiple 6-figure yearly earner for a long time, and I'm ready to break into the next level. And listen, you know, being a multiple 6-figure yearly earner is a blessing. Okay. But I'm ready for the next level. So for me, 26 years into the business, 19 years with my company, I'm still working.
Yeah, that's great. People are going to want to hear that. So Ian, your information is going to be in the show notes. We're going to have everything there, but can you tell the folks how they can get a hold of you? Because, you know, I know that there's people listening right now that are going, the guy. That's
I really appreciate that. The best way to get in contact me is my cell phone. Okay. And it's area code 914-393-9800. The best email for me is my first and last name. So Ian Farrar, that's IANFARRAR 68, the year I was born, at gmail.com.
Excellent. So Ian Farrar, thank you so much for being on the 7-Figure Network. I was so looking forward to this interview. You and I have had so much fun talking to each other before this that I knew we were going to have a good time afterwards, and we're going to be back on again. So thanks again, but I really appreciate being on. And folks, reach out to Ian if you need any help. He has been in the industry for a very long time, and his goal is about retention. His goal is the old school way of doing this, making people happy, serving them properly, showing them the right way to lead their lives to a better place. So
absolutely,
Ian,
winning. Now, you're very welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, folks. Have a great day.